The truth about working in the trades nobody told me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Zach of All Trades channel. Today, we're going to get real. No bullshit, no sugarcoating. Just the straight up truth about working in the trades that nobody told me before I got into this life. If you're thinking about getting in the trades, or you're an apprentice wondering if you made the right call, this one's for you. This is the stuff they don't put in the brochures. I've been at this for almost 3 decades now. And let me tell you something. It's been a journey. The highs are high, the lows are low, and there's a ton of stuff I wish someone had sat down and told me before I jumped in with both feet. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's talk about the real trade life. The physical toll is no joke. First things first, this job will beat the absolute out of your body. Yeah, I know. Everyone mentions that trades are physical work, but there's a massive difference between understanding that intellectually and feeling it in your bones at 49 when you can barely get out of bed some mornings. Nobody tells you about the specific ways your body breaks down, how your dominant shoulder will start aching in your 40s, how your wrist will get this constant dull pain that never fully goes away, the weird positions you contort your body into on job sites that your spine was never designed to handle. And here's the kicker. When you're 20, you bounce back. You work a 12-hour day hauling materials. You're sore the next morning, but you're fine. Fast forward 10 to 15 years, that recovery time stretches out longer and longer until fully recovered becomes this distant memory. I'm not saying this to scare you off, but damn, I wish someone had told me to take better care of my body from day one. Lift properly every time. Wear the knee pads, even when it's just a quick job. Invest in good boots right away. Not even if you already have plantar fasciitis. Your body is your most important tool in this industry. And unlike a broken hammer, you can't just go buy a new one. The money situation is complicated. Let's talk cash. Everyone says learn a trade, make bank. And yeah, you can make good money, but the journey there is not what most people think. The first few years as an apprentice, you're basically broke. No one tells you about the feast or famine cycles. When work is good, it's good. But when it's slow, it's terrifying. I've had months where I barely scrape by. The economic anxiety is real, and it doesn't go away just because you made it in the trades. Tools? Holy shit, the investment never ends. My first year, I spent almost everything I made just building up the basic toolkit, and it never stops. There's always something new to buy, something that breaks, something that gets borrowed and never returned. The real truth about money in these trades? It can be amazing. You specialize in something valuable. You're smart about running your business. You don't destroy your body in the process. But that comfortable middle-class life they promised, it takes years to get there. And nobody's upfront about that part. The culture is a mixed bag. Let's talk about the people and the culture, because this right here might be the biggest shock to your system if you're not ready for it. Trade work can be a time machine to a different area. Some job sites feel like you step back 40 years. The jokes, the attitudes, the hierarchies. It's not for the faint of heart. I've worked with some of the most incredible people. Salt of the earth would give you the shirt off their back, teach you everything that they know. And I've also worked with absolute monsters who make your life a living hell just because they can. The hazing of new guys still happens. The respect is earned, not given. Mentally, alive and well. The expectation that you'll work through anything, injury, illness, family emergencies, yep, that's real too. I once worked 103 hours in a week because we were behind on a project. 103 hours. That's not something to brag about. It's insane. But that's the culture sometimes. Things are changing, but change comes slow in the trades. Real slow. Nobody told me I'd have to decide which battles to fight and which ones to let go when someone says something that makes my skin crawl. Nobody mentioned how exhausting that gets. The skills gap is real, but not how you think. Everybody talks about the skills gap in the trades, how we need more young people to replace all the retiring tradespeople. And that's true. But what nobody tells you is why the gap exists. It's not just because young people don't want to work hard or whatever bullshit you hear on the news. The reality, the apprenticeship system is broken in a lot of places. I spent my first 2 years doing grunt work that taught me basically nothing valuable, just hauling materials and cleaning up job sites. The learning part, that was supposed to happen through osmosis or something. The good contractors who actually train their people properly, they're unicorns. Most places just want cheap labor, and they'll promise you the world to get it. Oh yeah, we'll teach you everything. Then 3 years later, you master the art of sweeping and not much else. I had to fight for every skill I learned, had to beg to be shown more complex stuff, had to prove myself over and over just to be allowed to touch the interesting projects. Nobody told me that I had to be my own advocate. That's hard just to actually learn my trade. The satisfaction is undeniable. Now look, with all that said, there's a reason I'm still here, a reason I stuck with it through all the bullshit. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, like standing back looking at something you built with your own 2 hands, something that will be there for decades, something that changes how people live. I still get chills sometimes when I drive past projects I work on years ago. I built that. That's what I think. And it's still standing, still serves its purpose, still there. That sense of accomplishment, that tangible result, you don't get that sitting in an office staring at spreadsheets. Sorry, you just don't. And the skills you develop, they change your whole life. I'm never helpless. Something breaks in my house, I fix it. Friends need help, I'm there with my tools. There's a power of independence that comes with knowing how to build and fix things that's hard to describe until you felt it. What I wish I'd known from day one? So what do I wish someone had told me before I started this journey? Here's the real Protect your body like it's your most expensive tool, because it is. Find a mentor who actually wants to teach, not just someone who wants cheap labor. This might be the single most important factor in whether you succeed or fail. Save your money during the good times because the lean times will come. They always do. Invest in quality tools from the beginning. The cheap stuff will break when you need it the most and end up costing you more. The technical skills are only half the battle. Learning to deal with customers, manage time, and run a business is the other half that nobody prepares you for. Find your specialty, the thing you're great at, that others struggle with. That's where the real money is. Don't let the culture change who you are. You can be professional and keep your humanity. And the most important thing, learn to say no. No to the unsafe jobs. No to the back-breaking hours. No to the customers who don't respect you. Learn when to walk away has saved my career and my sanity more times than I can count. Is it worth it? So after all that, is it worth it? Is working in the trades worth the physical toll and the culture shock and the financial roller coaster for me? Yes, 1,000 times yes. But it's not the easy path that some people make it out to be. It's not the guaranteed ticket to the middle class comfort without the college debt. It can be those things, but there's no guarantee. What it is a path to independence, to tangible skills that nobody can ever take away from you, to create real things in a world that feels increasingly virtual and disconnected. Look, if you're thinking about getting into the trades, I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm trying to arm you with the real information I wish I had. Because coming in with your eyes wide open is going to make all the difference. Ask the hard questions before you start. Find the right people to learn from. Protect your body from day one. And never stop advocating for yourself and your learning. The trades have given me a life I'm proud of, but it's been a harder road than the brochures promised. And that's the honest truth nobody told me. If you're already in the trades, drop a comment below about what you wish someone had told you before you started. And if you're thinking about joining us, ask your questions. This community is here to give you the straight talk that we wish we'd gotten. As always, hit that subscribe and like button if you haven't already, and the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Stay safe out there, protect those bodies, and I'll see you in the next one.